What a sight, a sky-high perspective of the beautiful city of New Orleans, where we're bringing you action tonight. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
For most teams in the NBA, success starts at the top. The challenge for owners, most of whom don't come from basketball backgrounds, is picking the right person to entrust with roster decisions. That skill set is hard to evaluate sometimes, but getting that first decision right can sometimes make all the difference. Kevin?
It sure can. All right, DA, thanks. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers.
And the matchup with the Timberwolves, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. The forwards are Gordon and Tucker, and it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for New Orleans, Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Wall and Holiday combine at the guard spots, and it's Ingram in at the small forward. Our great guards tonight for both teams. Did you ever spend any time in the backcourt at any level when you were playing?
No, I was a ball-handling forward, Kevin, and it served me well, but I was not a guard. I was a forward that could dribble and pass fairly well.
So you were ahead of your time, because that's all we see now in the NBA, right? Guards are not always bringing the ball up.
Yeah, you know, somebody just mentioned that to me, Kevin, that I was maybe a tad ahead of my time back in the late 70s.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
This is too easy for Williamson. Once he gets established position, he is ready to attack the rim.
Now here's Westbrook. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by New Orleans. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
Here's Westbrook after Drew Holiday's score, and stolen by Favors. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And there's the pass to Ingram. Harden with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Holiday with it. He had 16 points in the win against Charlotte.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Ball, the pass to Holiday. Back to Favors. New Orleans moving it around. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. And the Pelicans get it back. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's grown man muscle. Williamson relishes any chance he gets to take the defense on and finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
and maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Now here's Capella. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
So it's the Pelicans now. Ball kicks to Favors. Back to Ball. Favors dishes to Holiday. Back to Favors. And Derek Favors with the slam.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, you know, guys, with the style of offense the Rockets play, they hear some criticism. They look for fouls, they want to draw fouls, and they shoot a ton of threes. No matter what the game situation is, they're jacking up threes. It does polarize some fans and purists who follow the game.
And the second free throw, good. And with the Rockets, they've heard plenty about how they look for fouls.
And that's a big part of how they attack. I mean, they want to draw fouls, want to get to that foul line. They make no bones about it. But because of the pace of play being as slow as it was for them, they were third in that category. They also were third in free throws made.
And it's Williamson missing. Rockets trail by 3. Westbrook passes to Harden. Stolen by Ball. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And he lays it up and in.
You know what? The size Ball possesses, guys, as a point guard is really a nice asset, especially when the defense tries to be physical.
Now here's Westbrook. Pass to Harden. Back to Westbrook, all alone. That shot, no good. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Here's Williamson. And Eric Gordon pulls it down. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. It's a 5-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, and in that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
Now here is Holiday. Count it, good. Holiday's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here is Harden. Pass to Westbrook. Puts it up. And it's Houston with another.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Favors finds Holiday. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Capella. And stolen by Favors. And now Ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Nice quickness displayed there by Ball. Lethal in the open floor. Actually, that's his best game. Open court basketball. Tough matchup for the D.
Now here's Westbrook. The feed to Harden. And the rebound. rebound goes to the Pelicans. Bull with a wide open look. No good with the triple. Rockets trail by 5. And the rejection by Favors. And they'll keep possession. Kicks it out to Harden. Over Favors. Another miss by Houston.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter. Still trying to find his rhythm.
Holiday lays it up off the glass. Holiday's got 6. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The shot missing. The Rockets go the other way with it.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
Now Westbrook following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's Tucker. Favors with the rebound. Favors got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Stolen by Harden. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Tucker. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands. And I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Pelicans leading by 5. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Favors. Etuan Moore comes in for Brandon Ingram. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball. Houston with a big group substitution here. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Cephalosha comes in for Gordon. Green, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Clock is at 3. Poke loose. It's stolen by Green. Cephalosha passes to Chandler. Dishes to Capella. Back to Chandler. Cephalosha kicks to Green. Here's Rivers. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Now just a 3-point Pelican lead.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
New Orleans has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Moore passes to Okafor. Outside, Redick to the paint. Here's Hart. Great D that time from Green.
Boy, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
That one drops for him. Rivers has got his 2nd basket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Pelicans shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Redick surveying the D. Here's Williamson. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Rockets trail by 3. And here's Rivers. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Outside, Green. Pass to Capella. Here's Rivers. They get it again. Second chance shot. And another shot. Here's Chandler. And Okafor with the block.
And the reach of Okafor cannot be understated. I mean, when he's around, he's very good at getting those big balls up quickly and batting shots away.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Rivers. How he did last season. Averaged 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And stolen by Redick. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Moore's running, and Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
1:33 left to play here in the first. Hart the pass to Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy. Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Hart, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now here's Rivers. 6 points for him. Green finds Rivers. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. New Orleans gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Back to Moore. 20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Back to Redick. Puts up a three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, the catch and shoot shot doesn't get any better than that. Redick on the money. ATM time.
Now the pass to Green. Okafor with the steal. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard, as hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Hayes. J.J. Redick is out there with Hart. And there's Etuan Moore. And it's Okafor in at center. That's good from Green. Clark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
New Orleans in the lead. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And already Okafor has become a dominant big man in the association. Has a good number of post moves to choose from, in addition to a nice jump hook.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Okafor. Both free throws good from Okafor. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
You know, at this point in his career, Austin Rivers has proven how deadly he can be as a weapon, Clark, off the bench.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I like the energy that Rivers comes in with. I mean, he pushes the tempo and looks for his shot as well. And I think he can play either guard spot effectively.
And he makes the first.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Rivers hits both of them. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6th man for the rest of his career.
Now here's Hayes. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 6. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
The Pelicans shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
And, you know, guys, you look at the Rockets, they've been in the midst of a great championship window. A lot of teams have been trying to avoid going for titles against the Warriors. The Rockets have been in win-now mode, very aggressive in trying to get to the top.
Now here's McLemore. Okafor grabs the miss, and there's the call on Chandler. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Lonzo Ball, he's checked in for more. Green against Ball. Redick passes to Okafor. Over Chandler. And again, no good by New Orleans. And Clark, you have to admire the Rockets for not shying away from the challenge of keeping up with a great team like Golden State.
Yeah, I have great respect for the Rockets, guys, because they've come as close as any team in the West to knocking off the Warriors. You know, they took them to a Game 7 and also had a chance in last season's playoffs when KD was injured. I think you've got to admire their competitive spirit and not backing down.
Right, you're right, Clark.
You know, he hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the one in the first.
Tries it from 9. Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for J.J. Redick. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. James Harden comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Rivers.
You know, tremendous and wonderful balance from Harden. This dude could have been a running back of the highest caliber with his size, dexterity, and balance. Never lets the defense get him out of his rhythm.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
PA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. Well, free throw off from Westbrook. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid. Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Here's Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Ball against Westbrook. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Ball's got 6.
And I tell you what, Ball has excellent speed. He's got good size, and his savvy shows up right there because he's cutting right into the heart of the defense at just the right time.
Now, here's Tucker. He has 6. Now McLemore. Some solid defense from Ingram.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
Ingram with the steal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Holiday, no one around him. It's good from long range. And now a 4-point Pelican lead.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
Harden finds Westbrook. Back to Harden. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important, championships. But I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. And a switch here also for Houston. Gordon's checked in for Ben McLemore. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
For Houston, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. There's the dish to Hayes. Pass the ball. Right wing. Hayes the pass to Favors. 5 on the clock. They get it back. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Ball. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And also 3 steals. So he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And again, New Orleans has no luck.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
In the corner, it's Gordon. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Hayes. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Hayes has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
Outside Westbrook. Passes it to Harden for the 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Williamson is checked in for New Orleans. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Holiday. Here's Favors. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Now it's a 4-point New Orleans lead. Rockets have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Westbrook surveying the D. He kicks to Gordon. Pass to Tucker. He dishes it to Westbrook. Shoots over Ball. And it's good off the back rim and in. And it's 7 points for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Ball. 6 points for him. And the pass to Favors. Outside Holiday. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Rockets trail by 5. Outside Gordon. Back to Westbrook. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Pelicans leading by 3. Ball, the pass to Holiday. Back to Ball. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 22-point game against Chicago. Pass to Capella, 9 feet out, and that one goes long.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
The first free throw is good. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh man, yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
And so here is New Orleans. The Rockets making the shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Eric Gordon.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition. Just is unflappable, drawing contact easily on these kinds of shot attempts.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Drew Holiday.
Well, you know, last season ended early for Brandon Ingram. Thoracic outlet decompression surgery, TODS. Not something you hear every day, but thankfully a full recovery is expected.
Capella trying to free himself up. Tries again. And the rejection by Favors. Moore against Harden. Ingram right side. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. And Ingram's thoracic outlet syndrome, the same issue that affected Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because that injury typically is seen and is more common in baseball players. For Ingram, an early diagnosis of blood clots, which could have ended his career, led to the discovery. You know, relatively speaking, the final result and conclusion, a relief.
And that one's good. Williamson.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Gordon finds Westbrook. Another miss by Houston. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential, very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Hart's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Green comes in for Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they really started to get it closer to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part, Greg. Even for the best three-point shooting teams, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
Here's Green. The Pelicans make their last shot. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
Now, here's Redick. He's got 5. Hart the pass to Williamson. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Rockets. They trail by 9 points. And that one, good. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, will go to the free throw line. The Pelicans have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the stripe, too.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And so it's New Orleans with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Zion Williamson was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
You see why Zion Williamson's effective. Has the big body, the big vertical, very difficult to match up with. And then add the skill set on top of that.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and it helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pelicans leading by 6. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Tucker and Capella are up front. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. His three-pointers off the mark.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Harden the pass to Tucker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
Yeah, hard to corral the energy that P.J. Tucker plays with, and he gets in there and mixes it up, and he'll go to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
So we can't get either to fall.
Well, you know, how can you not get excited about the way P.J. Tucker plays defense? Takes on all comers. Great intensity. He really is the leader of his team defensively.
Outside Westbrook. Kicks it to Harden. Back to Westbrook. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And with Tucker Clark in his defense, he'll pump his team up with his play.
You know, that's a big reason, guys, why he sees so many minutes every game. I mean, his rotations are on time. He's got excellent hands, which allow him to force turnovers, but I think it's his intensity that sets him apart.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Ingram finds Ball. Here's Favors. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 11 rebounds in the game. Harden. Oh, what a dunk!
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
New Orleans leading by 4. Ball with it. 8 points for him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the number 2 overall pick in 2017. Tremendous potential for Lonzo Ball. But Clark, injuries have to be a concern.
I agree. I mean, guys, he's missed 65 games through his first 2 seasons. That's a lot of time on the DL. And hard to improve when you're spending as much time with rehab as you are playing.
First one falls for him.
And you look at Lonzo Ball, certainly high expectations for this young man. 1 and done at UCLA. How about 2nd overall pick? That's brought some undue pressure.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Ray, you talk about the hype for Lonzo Ball and the pressure. Do you think that creates an additional challenge for a young player?
Yeah, he's scuffled at times, but I think the future remains very bright for that young man.
Outside Holiday. Back to Ball. Passes it to Favors. Here's Holiday. He's got 14. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Ingram outside. 6 to shoot. Outside Holiday. From deep 3-point range.
And, you know, it's awesome to see Harden giving his all on defense. That's been an area that he's needed to improve on. Really making an effort to stay with his guy.
But they'll get another chance. Capella kicks to Westbrook. Over Holiday. Offensive rebound. Here's Capella. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one. And, you know, you look at the way Clint Capella's offensive role has expanded the last few years. He's great in the pick and roll as an option at the top of the key, and he's actually seeing more and more touches as a finisher at the rim. The next step in his development being a back-to-the-basket scorer.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And with Capella, Clark, the numbers don't lie. He is a big factor on offense now.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, his hands have gotten better. That's not something you can always see in a big guy, is improvement in his hands, but he's gotten better in catching and finishing. I love the way he moves and is always ready for the pass. He catches some tough stuff in traffic And he gives you all of this at the offensive end with high-level defense, too.
And with Clint Capella, it's easy to see what an important piece of this team he is.
Yeah, it really is, guys, because when he's off the floor, there's a clear difference in how his team plays. I mean, he fits in so well and gives the Rockets exactly what they need, finishing at the rim out of pick and rolls, and then a terrific rim protector as well.
Holiday against Harden, so they take the lead. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the mid-range game of Harden, excellent. An offensive genius, really. I mean, knows exactly where to get the looks that he wants.
Holiday, the pass to Favors. Here's Williamson, and Capella sends it back. They get it back. That one goes in. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Harden. Capella against Favors. Westbrook with a wide open look. Shot clock reset for the Rockets. Here's Tucker. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Holiday. Out left to the wing from past the arc. And the Pelicans get it back. Favors shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Russell Westbrook. And the first one at the line is good. And the Pelicans making a change here. Hayes is checked in. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets. Ben McLemore comes in for Eric Gordon. And so Favors nails both of them. And here's Westbrook. 18 points for him. Over to the left wing. And stolen by Favors. Here's Ball. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 5 assists tonight. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pelicans?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for New Orleans. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Ingram's got 5 points so far.
Man, that's a nice pull-up jumper from Ingram. Forcing the defense to honor his quickness and then making them pay with that deadly stroke of his.
Feeds it to Harden. Shot to stop the run. Connects. The jumper drops. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter. New Orleans leading by 5. The pass to Favors. Dishes it to Holiday. Ball's knocked loose. Sefolosha with the steal. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. They get it back. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Capella's so good at finishing around the rim, showing you right there. Great explosiveness inside.
Now Ball. 11 points in the game. Outside Holiday. Fades back. Favors can't get it to go.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
For Houston, they have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. So for the Pelicans, Okafor is checked in for Favors. Josh Hart comes in for Hayes. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Houston. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's New Orleans with it. They lead by 1. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Holiday. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's McLemore, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. James Harden is second. 4th, Russell Westbrook.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. New Orleans has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Holiday dishes to Okafor. Redick inside the line. Here's Ingram. And nothing is falling for him right now. For Houston, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 20. Here's McLemore, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Ejuan Moore is checked in for New Orleans. The Rockets also changing it up. Chandler comes in for Clint Capella, and it's Green in for Ben McLemore. Hart kicks to Redick. Now the dish to Okafor. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Tyson Chandler.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Houston.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
That one misses for Okafor. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Rockets. It's a one-point game.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
The free throw drops for Redick.
Guys, J.J. Redick is much more than just a standstill shooter. I mean, his movement without the ball and his quick trigger release, a very deadly combination.
And both free throws good for Redick. And Clark, as good as he is, playing off the ball, Redick can handle and even create some for his teammates.
Yeah, I like the fact that Redick has added that to his package, Kevin, because initially he was just a catch-and-shoot guy, but he's smart, he's tough, and he's actually steady and comfortable with the ball in his hand.
New Orleans gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. And stolen by Redick. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Nobody is catching Ingram in the open floor. I mean, this guy is a speed merchant.
Double team on Westbrook. Green kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Rivers. Over in the corner, Green. Shoots over Ingram. The Rockets with another miss. It's stolen by Green. Here's Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Redick passes to Okafor. Cephalosha against Ingram. Here's Okafor. Ingram trying to get open, and Chandler sends it back. Cephalosha against Moore. Outside Westbrook. Passes to Green. Let's go. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. New Orleans in the lead. Redick with it. He's got 8. Ingram outside. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Ingram's got 6 in the quarter.
And Ingram hits these mid-range jumpers, guys, in his sleep. I mean, the defenses can't allow him to get going from there. That's his sweet spot. Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
And Moore kicks to Ingram. He dishes it to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. Releases from 15. And no good that time. And it's Houston the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Green. Count that one.
Tell you, it helps when Green capitalizes from there, guys, because what it does is prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Redick passes to Hart. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Williamson is checked in for Ingram. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. P.J. Tucker comes in for Cephalosha. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And after a promising rookie year for Josh Hart, Clark, last season a knee injury really held him back.
Yeah, and I love Josh Hart's game, guys. I mean, his season ended prematurely due to surgery on his patellar tendon. He's a smart, tough, versatile, winning player. And I think he's looking to get back to playing at that level and being healthy all season.
Pass to Moore. That one wide left. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Kicks it out to Gordon. And stolen by Williamson. And now the Pelicans on the break. Up and in on the layup.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision making.
Gordon lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got it all tied up now for Houston. .104 left in the 3rd quarter. Hart the pass to Okafor. Rivers against Redick. Back to Okafor. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Hart. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
He feeds it to Williamson. He kicks it to Okafor. He had stolen by Capella. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And then Gordon with the dunk.
I like how Gordon stays low to the ground, keeps that center of gravity anchored. Quick driving inside and excellent finishing at the basket.
Pelicans trail by 4. Here's Redick. He's got 8. To the wing right side. Hart. Off target from outside. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Rockets on top, up by 4. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Zion at the 4 with Okafor at the 5. Their backcourt, Ball and Redick. And it's Moore in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Tucker dishes to Gordon. And Okafor with the block. And he gets it back. Gordon kicks to Capella over Okafor. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Moore outside. Redick against Gordon. Redick passes the ball. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
Rivers looking over the floor. Stolen by Ball. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Moore, and they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Derek Favors checked in for New Orleans. And a change for the Rockets. Harden's checked in. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And Harden with the stuff.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let him.
And the Pelicans with possession here. And here is Moore. Now the feed to Redick. Moore dishes to Williamson. Goes back up. Tries yet again. Got a hand on it.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And it's Ball in the corner. Stolen by Gordon. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon, the last few seasons, has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Eric Gordon is the kind of player that you absolutely do not go under on a screen. He'll pull up from deep.
Yeah, he's got great range, and you watch the former Hoosier shoot, and you see how much he uses his legs. Gordon's liable to take a shot from any distance in the gym. I mean, he's got that kind of range, and his form is very efficient, and his confidence is sky high.
Both good from the line that time.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high-motor player who strokes it well from deep, actually strokes it well from everywhere.
Ball kicks to Reddick. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Houston leading by 3. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Rivers finds Tucker. Back to Rivers. 6 to shoot. Another miss by Houston.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Holiday.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, I put that one on the defense. I mean, they can't leave him open at this stage.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Tucker.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
Both free throws good from Tucker. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Pelicans trail by 3. The pass to Williamson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, Ball has a nice feel for when his guys are open. He's solid, really solid when it comes to getting his teammates clean looks.
Harden scanning the floor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
Well, I tell you what, you just cannot help but be in awe of the offensive dominance James Harden has had over the last few years. I mean, he's done so much for this team and done it with both his scoring and playmaking.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
They throw good, James Harden. And when you look at usage rates, Harden is the offense for this team.
Yeah, you look at Harden's numbers over the last few years, and it has been absolutely ridiculous what he's done. I mean, there's no player who's had a better 3-year stretch in the history of the league. 30-plus points per game seasons the last few years, the near triple-double the year before. I mean, he's a marked man for every opponent, and he's still been able to put up these kinds of numbers. Absolutely amazing.
Favors passes to Holiday. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Trailing by 4. Pass to Harden. Gordon against Ingram. Gordon dishes to Tucker. Over Holiday. Bank shot. No good. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. It's Ingram on the wing, defended by Gordon. Holiday goes in. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
On the wing, Eric Gordon. Feeds it to Capella. Passes it to Rivers. From deep. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Austin Rivers. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Pass to Favors. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ball. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make him pay when he's open.
Westbrook kicks to Gordon. Down low, and stolen by Williamson. And the foul on Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. New Orleans has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Holiday looking over the floor. The pass to Ball for 3. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Outside Westbrook. Dishes it to Harden. Pass to Tucker. Kicks to Westbrook. Shoots over Ball. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from Tucker. Tucker's got 3 assists in the game. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the 4th quarter. Holiday against Harden. Ball, the bounce pass with the fadeaway. Another shot. Yes! And the foul. Tucker. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Rockets making a change here. House is checked in. And McLemore, he's checked in for the Rockets. And that one falls for Favors. The Rockets trail. Outside Westbrook. On the wing, Gordon. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
And Gordon very physical with the defense, solid at creating chances for himself to get to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And he can't hit the second.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Favors. Williamson, the pass to Favors. Goes up again. Williamson kicks to Favors. Now here's Williamson, guarded by McLemore. And that one's good, Williamson.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Harden inside the three-point line. The Rockets with another miss. New Orleans leading by 7. Holiday, the pass to Ball. Back to Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 20 points for Drew Holiday.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Here's Westbrook, and he makes good on the layup.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Green, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And so he makes both from the line. So here's Westbrook. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Capella kicks to Gordon. Houston moving it around. The first one falls.
And you know, the beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard?
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Ball, no good. Rockets trail by 7. Inside, and stolen by Williamson. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And that one is good. Williamson's got 28 points for the game.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's Harden. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Harden against Holiday. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Zion Williamson.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry said to his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Outside Westbrook. Harden outside. And it's Ingram with the rebound. New Orleans leading by 9. Westbrook with the block. And he's able to get it back. Ball no good. Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for Gerald Green. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that brings them within 8.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Here's Favors. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And that's 18 points for Derek Favors.
One of the most impressive things about Ball is his awareness. He's got great court awareness and is a terrific distributor.
Harden, no good. Pelicans leading by 10.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Pelicans.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Zion Williamson.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat. Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Now Ball. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalil, here at home with a competitive matchup. What got you guys over the top tonight?
Just staying together as a team, playing as hard as we could. The fans were great, and we wanted to play good for them.
And you surely did, Jalil. Thanks a lot for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you next time.